Hello Zaniacs, welcome back to Zaniac TV. I'm your host Zane, and today we're going to be going over this week's affixes of Tyrannical, Enraged, Explosive, and Prideful. If anyone has any questions, I do stream live on Twitch 4 days a week. I also offer Mythic Plus analytics and coaching through Patreon. Alright, so I say this every other week, and every other week people are still not doing this. But I need to really stress it this week. This is Tyrannical. We have to do all boss mechanics because the level 7 affix that affects bosses as well as all the other trash mobs makes it way harder. So we have to do all boss mechanics. 2 weeks ago, anytime a key was failed was because of lack of mechanics. This week, with the additional damaging affix, which will be explained later in this video, it is even more imperative that we do mechanics this week on Tyrannical bosses. Raging is pretty simple. When an enemy gets to low health, they gain an Enrage damage buff. Well, there's two options here. One is you bring a Druid, Hunter, or Rogue to disenrage them, or you just do a little bit of extra kiting, pop a defensive. On most trash packs, especially since it's Tyrannical and not fortified, I barely even noticed. We also had a Hunter that was tranquilizing shotting them, so it was helpful. Some dungeons already have trash mobs that have Enrage, so now it is possible for them to double Enrage. So you're definitely going to want to bring a Hunter, Druid, or Rogue in dungeons like Halls of Atonement and the other side. On harder trash packs like this here, you're going to want to kill one at a time, because either you have a disenrager, or even if you don't want them both enraged at the same time. Be cautious of enrage, look out for it, but overall, just trust in your group to disenrage it. If not, just be ready with those extra defensives. Explosives. 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 Explosives, explosives, explosives. Explosives, 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 explosives. Why am I saying explosives so much? Because you're probably going to be saying that in chat the entire time. You have to kill the explosives. Explosives are the highest priority over anything else in this week. We failed a timer because we wiped on the second boss because we missed explosives. Explosives deal so much damage and they're so easy to fix. All you have to do is target them and hit them. That's it. Everybody's responsible for explosives. The tank, the healer, and all 3 damage dealers are responsible for explosives. If the fire mage in your group says it's a tank mechanic, I'm not gonna do explosions, I would rather wipe the group. Well, then don't bring that mage, because when you're supposed to be kiting as a tank, so how are you supposed to get the far ones? Everybody is responsible for explosions. Explosives spawn next to anything. It could be an ad on a boss, it could be the shade from the second boss of Mist, it could be any trash mob. Explosives will spawn from anything, and if they're not killed very quickly, they will explode, dealing damage to everybody. The most important thing is trying to get these explosives done. They have to be single targeted. I used a single tiger palm on them, and it killed them. They're really not that difficult to kill. Just the biggest thing is you can't miss them. Some can be very far away on a caster ad or just an ad that comes in from the boss, or they could just spawn right next to you. You gotta switch the explosive as quickly as you can, because that's most likely what's gonna get your group. Be sure to focus on the explosives. You are able to line of sight the explosives, but I wouldn't rely on that. It's just better to just kill them. So how does all this affect Prideful? Well, you're going to want to line Prideful up for the bosses because of Tyrannical. the Prideful does not become enraged, and it does not cause explosions. However, if you have any extra adds, they will be enraged and cause explosions during Prideful, so you want to make sure you don't have any adds up during that. Alright, let's start off with the other side. So I will do a double pull here, but that's going to be an excessive amount of explosions, and of course with Enrage, that's going to be a little bit tougher. Make sure you disenrage at least the Risen Warlord, because he will do a double Enrage. Then go ahead and go this way with all the explosions here, having to deal with those. And then we're going to move on this way. Kill this. Grab this. This is going to spawn Prideful for here. Then back this way. You know, the same old pathing. Just be careful of explosions in here. We're going to want to do Bloodlust on this boss. Not only because he's normally hard on Tyrannical, but he has adds, which can spawn explosives. So then we're going to go back down to Mechagon. Right, all of these will spawn explosions. All of these will spawn explosions, so be careful with that. I usually pull these two together and then these four together. With this, these will cause explosions, but it doesn't matter because I pull these this way, line of sight. Grab these two together, then these three, you'll get Prideful for the boss. Yes, these will spawn explosions along with their normal mechanics. So back this way in Ardent Wield, you can pull big, doesn't matter. As soon as they enrage, though, you're going to want to make sure that you kite as you normally would, and be very careful of explosions. The more you pull, the more explosions you'll get. I'm going to get a Prideful here on this pull. I'm sorry, on this pull, you're going to get a Prideful. Then I pull all of these together, because when you use the urn, this one pulls. Then come down this way, and just careful of the explosions here. This boss having explosions is not all that difficult. Just do the mechanics of the boss, and the explosions are not range or anything. The explosions are right next to the boss here, so not too much craziness with the explosions. And of course, for Muzala, the pillars do spawn explosions, so in addition to having to do the explosions on him, you're going to have to do them here. Alright, Halls of Atonement is a trash-heavy dungeon. If you have a Venthyr on Tyrannical, which is this week, gonna go ahead and Bloodlust on this first pull. Of course, watch out for explosions. Then I go this way. I pull all of this. I recommend not grabbing the gargoyle for this pull, but sometimes it pulls, so go ahead and grab it. Then you do here and then here. Pulling this will give you Prideful. Alright, so on Tyrannical, you are gonna want to pull these, and you are gonna have a Prideful here. Come back this way, pick this up, grab this here. You're not going to have a Prideful, but you will have a Prideful down here for this pack. Come back this way, and then this way. If you do not have a Venthyr, it's going to be, you're going to grab this. When you kill one of these, you're going to have a Prideful. And you come back this way, pull these separately. And you're going to go from here to here. Pull all this as a group. Get the boss. Do not lust here. Save it for the second boss. Grab these two. Grab these. Come up the ramp. You are going to need both of these for Prideful. And then you're going to lust here. If you do not have a Venthyr, you do not need to pull one of these. You only need to pull one if you have no Venthyr. Alright, so this is where it's going to start getting fun. Explosions here, all 5 of them cause explosions and double enrage. These will cause explosions. I pull them back into this room. And this. This room is dangerous. Very dangerous for explosions, because every single one of these things causes explosions. The best thing to do is just brute force them down. Get them as quickly as you can. There's going to be explosions everywhere. Kill the explosions, kill the adds as fast as you can, and then do this, and then go to the boss. Alright, in Mist of Trina Scythe, same pathing as usual. Get a Night Fae, grab these two, grab this, stealth past here, grab these, explosions everywhere, be very careful of those. You're going to want to kill, as shown in the video, you're going to want to kill one of these as quickly as you can, so that way you don't have a double enrage. The boss will cause explosions with each other. They will each spawn one, so make sure you do the mechanics and the explosions. As usual, the Maze is going to be different. On the 5 packs, you have a chance of 5 explosions. On the 1 packs, you only have 1. So, this boss is deceptively difficult on Tyrannical, as I say every week. It's even more difficult with explosions, because when she splits, all 4 of the ghosts will spawn explosions. All 4 of them. So your range have to get them because they can't be everywhere at once. So I don't want to have a 5 melee group for this boss, because this one, this one, this one, and this one will cause explosions. Alright, so moving on, depending on the percentage, if you get to 57%, this will cause your Prideful. You're going to want to pull this one regardless, no matter what. If you get to 63%, you're going to want to stealth or 65, you're going to want to stealth from here to here. If you have 57%, you only skip this pack. Grab this, you'll have Prideful for the boss. This boss is also dangerous because when his ads come out, all of those ads will spawn, have a chance of spawning explosives. Now, if you are not having any ads out, they will spawn next to their face, so the tank is able to just tab over real quick and grab them. But having to do mechanics and explosives will make this fight dangerously difficult. After you do this fight, you go this way, grab it until you get to 100%, and Miss Trina's Scythe is done. Plaguefall. Plaguefall is still the same routing for me. I am still going to start from here, go across this way here, grab these. You're going to get Prideful on this pull. You're going to pull this big, go right ahead. Just be careful because you're going to kite it anyway. Grab 1 and only 1 Plague Borer when they pop out. You do not want to pull all of this extra stuff. Grab this dude, come across this way. Grab this and this together. Grab this and this together. Come back this way. Grab this boss, this mob. Do the boss. Careful of explosions. The little ads will cause explosions, as well as the big one. After that, come back this way. Get this guy here and these. You only want 2 tentacles. If you accidentally pull 3, there is an adjust, but you only want to pull 2. Come back this way, get this guy. If you accidentally pulled 3, follow the blue arrows. This pack, and then this pack. If you only pull 2, start here, then go to here to here. Careful of the explosions on the boss, because he does spawn ads. Come back down this way, loop around this way. If you accidentally pulled 3 tentacles, don't pull this. You only got 2, grab this. Pull this down to here. You're going to get a Prideful after killing the second pack, after 2 of them out of the 3. The ads do spawn explosives here. These ads spawn explosives, and her ads spawn explosives. This is a very dangerous room this week. Alright, in Sanguine Depths, I am just going to show you this with skips. Pull these together. If you have a Venthyr, use the Anima Cage. And come across this way, skip this pack here. Get this pack here. These will spawn lots of explosions. You'll have Prideful for the boss. Pull this whole room. Here, careful of all the explosions. Explosions here. 1 guy, no problem. Pull this pack. Stealth past these 2. Get to here. You're going to get Prideful for here. Start going this way, to the right first. Grab all of these, careful of explosions here especially. And then this pack is going to give you Prideful for the boss. Then come back this way, all the way around until you get to 75%. Then come down, get these here, you'll have Prideful for the boss. Get these 2 down. Gauntlet, be very careful of explosions. After this last one, get out of combat and stealth past this last pack. Kill this, Prideful for the boss. Spires of Ascension, I'm going to pull all of this in one big swoop. Just tab target to the explosions and disenrage, especially on the Goliath. And pull this, your cooldowns will be back up. For this, spawn your Prideful, get the boss. Get these 2 packs, come back this way. Careful of explosions here and the enrage. You're going to get Prideful. Try to kill this guy before the lions, because after the last lion dies, if you kill this first, the Prideful will come. If you kill this last, Prideful will come and you'll have the mob up. Alright, knock these out here. Careful of this pack here with all the casters. Get this down. You are going to get a Prideful. Depending on the group, I do this in one pull, and I throw the Carrion Spear here. These will all spawn explosives, so be careful with that. Then you're going to get another Prideful here for the boss. This boss is very difficult on Tyrannical. In addition to everything else you have to deal with his mechanics, you also have to make sure you tab over the explosions. At least the explosions will spawn next to the boss. They're not ranged or anything. And move on to here, skip these two. Alright, so here, don't touch this guy. Don't touch the Goliath. Pull these two over to here, right here. And then you're going to outrange the explosions and the slam. Alright, so kill these two. Ask your ranged interrupter to interrupt this. Pull him back here. Kill him off. Stealth across this way. This boss is going to be very long on Tyrannical. Just make sure you get the explosions so you don't have to do them again. And then the rest is pretty straightforward. Just make sure you get the explosions on Devos. In the Necrotic Wake, as usual, explosions, 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 especially in the bigger packs. Pull these two together. Grab the hammer. Pull this and this. These will all spawn explosions. Grab the spear. So you now have the spear icon, but then the hammer is going to be underneath. Grab this. Watch for explosions. Watch for enrage. Prideful comes out. Come over here. Get the disabled Goliath. Pull the boss with the spear. Use the hammer. Bloodlust. Prideful. And the Carrion ability. This boss is going to get deleted. Move around this way. Grab both of these packs. Make sure you tab out the explosions. Pull this pack when it gets down to here. Ignore this guy. Just walk past him. Grab these two. Grab the Carrion ability. Focus this guy down. Grab the orb here. Get these guys down. Then get this. After the last one dies, you will have Prideful. Grab the hammer. Use the hammer on Narzula. Be careful of the of all of the AoE and the explosions. That's when I use the orb. Ask somebody else to grab this spear. Get these here. Come this way. Get these. Get the Goliath. Come back this way. Get these. Prideful is going to spawn. Pick up the hammer. Hold the hammer. Grab these. Watch for explosions. Pick up the spear. Hold the spear. Grab these. Move on to here. Make sure you get the explosions, but single target down the Necromancer. Grab the orb. Hold the orb. Ask the person who grabbed this spear here to use it on this boss. Bloodlust this boss. Get the ads. The ads will also spawn explosions. So you have to do the ads, do the mechanics, and do the explosions. Up to Stitchworks. These all will spawn explosives, so make sure you get them down. Alright, get these, get this. This guy's gonna pat, grab this, Prideful. If you have a good group and you're confident, go ahead and pull both remaining packs and use the orb. If you do not have a group that's confident enough to do that, go ahead and not do that. Do one at a time. And then this is going to spawn here. Then I would save the orb for this pack, and then this pack while watching all the explosions. Save Lust. Do not use it here. Do not use your hammer. Do not use your spear here. You're going to go ahead and save all of that for this boss, because you're not going to have Prideful. So Lust, hammer, and spear on this boss while still killing the explosions. And last but not least, Theater of Pain. Stealth past this pack. Grab this. Make sure you grab the explosions here. Go down. Grab these ghosts as usual. Pull them back into this room here. Make sure you grab the explosions. Come back around this way. These will all spawn explosions. Get the explosions here. You're going to get a Prideful. Grab this. Each of these are all going to grab explosions. Make sure you get all of those. Prideful here. Bloodlust the boss. Alright, now we're going to go back here. Skip every ghost. Do not get a single ghost. These are all walk pastable. Grab this guy, go right. Grab this, go left. I like to CC this guy, pull these two. That's one less explosion to deal with. Make sure you disenrage those. They're going to go across to the left, this way. Don't get knocked off. Now, if you pulled 0 ghosts, when you kill the last one of these, you're going to get Prideful. If you even kill 1 extra ghost, you're going to get Prideful early on this platform after killing 1 or 2 of them, depending on how many ghosts you pull. Come down this way, grab the boss. If if Lust is back, use it. If it's not up, then don't worry about it. Come back this way, come down here, make sure you get all the Prideful explosions here, right? Prideful here, kill these guys, get the explosions. You're not going to have Prideful and you're not going to have Lust for this boss. Just get through it, kill the banner, kill the explosions. Come back up here, grab these 3. Make sure you disenrage them, because these hit very hard with Enrage. Get Prideful for Mordretha. Just make sure you get the explosives with all of her adds. And now you have Theater of Pain done. What are your thoughts on these affixes? Feel free to leave a comment down below and let us know what you think. Be sure to like and subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you everyone, and have a great key week.